There are about 3 basic problems that you can run into with your basic bifold closet door. Problem number 1 is the simplest, and that's where the hardware, the roller, the pivot pins, and the fittings they go into go bad and they need to be replaced. A problem that develops if a door gets a lot of use and or a lot of abuse is that the sockets that the pivot and the roller that go into the top of the door and the pivot that goes into the bottom become oversized and out of shape, and then the whole door just doesn't function correctly at all, and the problem keeps getting worse. If you have the problem with your door where the top rail sockets have been worn out to the point where they don't function properly, the single best solution is to use Tech Team's number 935 closet door repair plugs. There are a few things out there that are a solution. Far from the best solution, but they're still a solution. And there's this one kit that has, this would be a lower pivot fitting, this would be the upper pivot, and of course this would be the roller. But if you look at these, what you see is that the only way they attach to the door is with these little holes here, and they give you a couple little brads you can punch in there. At best, this is a temporary solution because you really haven't repaired the door. All you've done is put on a Band-Aid, and eventually these little nails are going to come loose. The hole is still oversized. Those are going to wobble, and you're going to have the same problem all over again, particularly if that door is in a high use or abusive situation. Another item out there is this little bracket, and this goes right over the top of the door, and this hole gets centered over the socket that your fitting will go into, and this gets attached with a little screw. Same thing. You haven't repaired anything. All you've done is put on a Band-Aid. The fitting is all the way through the bottom of this. It's still going to wobble and shake all over the place, and eventually you're going to have the same problem or worse. Our dowel pin here is just at half an inch diameter. Now, very simply, what we do is we drill out the socket for the fitting to a half inch, insert our dowel pin, glue it into place with PVA wood glue, make a small pilot hole, maybe 1/8 inch diameter down the center of it. Then, since the fitting we're going to put in there is roughly 3/8 inch diameter, we drill a 3-inch diameter hole down the center, and then we're good to go. We simply insert our fitting into that new hole, and since we're using PVA wood glue, everything in that door that's wood or the composite that it's made of on the skin is going to bond together, and we're going to have an extremely strong long-term solution. Okay, so here's what we need. We need a drill with a 1/2 inch drill bit, a 3/8 inch drill bit, and we need some PVA wood glue. Now we're going to take the socket that's a problem, and we're going to drill it out with a 1/2 inch drill. What we find much to our surprise is that this rail is not wood, but it's composite also, same as the door skin. That means that it's nowhere near as strong as real wood, and by putting the plug in here and glue it in place, we're actually going to be seriously reinforcing this opening. Okay, now we have the beveled end and we have the flat end. The beveled end goes in first, so we're going to put a little of our wood glue on this, just like this. You don't have to use a lot. We're going to clean this up, wipe it off a little bit later. Now, that's a tight fit. So, we have a mallet, and drive that in. Wipe off our excess. Drive it until it's flush, just like you see here. Now we let it set for a while. Okay, we followed the manufacturer's instructions on the glue, and this has set, so now we are drilling a small pilot hole down the center. We're going to use that pilot hole to guide our 3/8 inch bit. What we have now is an absolutely perfect, brand new 3/8 inch diameter socket that's in solid wood. Just put our fitting in, take our mallet, tap it in, and we are good to go.